All right, everybody, welcome to this edition of the Bloody Online Podcast, episode 23. You guys already know the deal. It is I, the free-thinking CEO of World Racing Media, Armani. Join me today is my fellow free thinkers, Joseph, Danny, and Justin. We got an action-packed episode for you guys. The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs are officially upon us. The end of an era. If you're looking at my hat, you know what I mean. Yes, I'm wearing the hat of shame. Danny, I don't want to hear it.
Bowman is the champion.
And we got Formula One. Let's just cut the bullshit. Let's get straight to the chase. Actually, wait. Before we do, we got to look at the World Racing Media Championship standings. You know, our fantasy league that we got put together. So let's just take a look at these standings real quick. So, okay. So here are the standings after round number 7. So the gap it's still basically a 2-horse battle between me and Danny. The gap is now down to 9 points. Now down to 9 points. Justin, he's still in third, 39 back. Josh, that last the first challenge, man, it's happening. He went from dead last to he's now 4th.
Oh man.
Will is in 5th. He rounds out the top 5. Then just outside the top 5 is Joseph over here, 66 back. Larry is 7th, minus 72. Thomas, who can't get a damn break, is minus 77. And then 9th through 11th is over 100 back. You can take a look at it there. NCL and Jeff did not make any picks this week, therefore they did not score any points. So that's just a quick little look at the World Racing Media Championship standings. It's basically a 2-horse battle between me and Danny. Justin, you're gonna need it's possible, but very unlikely. 4th off back needs a miracle.
Stupid Eric Jones.
I had terrible picks, okay?
Well, Eric Jones should have not been in the race. He should have started part. That would have been good.
Listen, my pick had one more lap. Justin Allgaier would have won the Xfinity race.
Oh,
we all suck. We just couldn't pass.
Well, for me, Tyler Reddick got crashed out of the race.
Hell yeah.
And then my cup pick was Martin Truex Jr.
Well,
that didn't go well.
No.
For me, Brad could have got a good finish, but no, he wrecked with Eric Jones and almost flipped upside down. But he was on his side on a tire barrier.
We'll get to that.
Don't count that 2-car when we go to the next race.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a
And then my F1 pick. Let's be clear. Sebastian Vettel is one of the all-time best Formula One drivers.
Yeah.
This season, I've never seen a driver so unstable before. Unstable and all over the place.
Hey, isn't that what you used to describe your favorite driver, Jamie Whincup?
Whoa. But seriously, Sebastian Vettel had a rough weekend at Monza and scored no points for the second time this season.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about Monza, we might as well get straight into Formula One. But before we do that, just a quick recap. Like I said, it's basically a 2-horse battle between me and Danny. Justin, he's on the outside looking in. Very unlikely, but not completely out of the question. 4th on back needs a miracle. 9th through 11th is basically out of it, like basically impossible, unless they just like go on a tear with their picks. Though, considering Josh went from last to 4th, I'm not completely counting him out yet.
So basically, just don't pick back markers and you're good.
I don't know, man. If you took a look at my Twitter picks,
Twitter
championship picks, we'll get to that towards the end of the podcast. So, like I said, let's talk about the Formula One race.
If you like Ferrari, this is a weekend you'll never forget. And for the first time since 2010, a Ferrari won at home. And Charles Leclerc scored his second career win back-to-back last week at Spa, this week at Monza. So he's taken two of the biggest, like the two of the most well-known tracks and knocked them off the checklist. And
no team orders needed.
Especially not if your teammates spun out real early in the race. And to be honest, Sebastian Vettel had a 5-lap race.
Yeah.
It was just
Well,
frustrating. We'll talk about the 7 in a moment because here are the podium positions. So Charles Leclerc's second career win. He led 45 laps from the pole, and Valerie Bottas came home second. So let's talk about Bottas now. He led the 8 laps during the pit cycles, and it was a close fight to the finish until Bottas and even Leclerc had moments in turn 1 when Leclerc made a mistake and cut the track, and then he made the contact, of course, with Hamilton, and Hamilton finished there. But as for Bottas, that's his 11th podium of the season, and Lewis Hamilton's 12th. So Mercedes with basically a combined 22 podiums this season at 23. Renault, great day for them. 4th and 5th. Daniel Ricciardo's best finish in a Renault, and the same can be said with Nico Hülkenberg. Actually, Germany 2018 ties the best finish that he had in a Renault for Hülkenberg. So Hülkenberg's best career finish was 4th place numerous times in several years with Force India and other teams, but this is great for Renault. They just for good morale. Alexander Albon 6th. Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen in a frustrating Sunday, to say the least. And Antonio Giovinazzi, best career finish and second points-paying finish of his career.
Hello, computer.
Lando Norris, 10th. So you have the drivers outside the points-paying positions. Pierre Gasly in the second race with Toro Rosso comes home in 11th spot. Lance Stroll, 12th. Sebastian Vettel, 13th. George Russell, 14th. Kimi Räikkönen, who led most laps last year. And then Roman Grosjean, Robert Kubica, Kevin Magnussen. Frustrating day for the Haas team. And they're breaking news on Haas in just a moment. Danny Kvyat and Carlos Sainz Jr. So 3 drivers retired from the race. Magnussen, Kvyat, and Carlos Sainz. Let's talk about Haas. Another day. Another non-points paying.
maybe one reason they should not have Ferrari engines. Maybe they should move to Mercedes engines. Maybe that would make their team better. They'll be like Racing Point, that they've not been that bad. They could maybe get their engines instead of having Ferrari
Do you think it's the engine or the drivers?
Well,
management?
it could be. I think it could be the drivers too. They just suck, period. They could get better drivers. They could have put Fernando Alonso. Would have done better in a Haas car. Then Magnussen that wrecks himself at Canada and it's out of the race. Same as Grosjean that's focusing on someone barbecuing in the infield. So I feel like Alonso could have done better at Haas. Maybe. I don't know.
My opinion on Haas, they just need a complete overall. Get rid of Gunther Steiner. As hilarious as he is. Get rid of Magnussen. Get rid of Grosjean. Literally, just get rid of everybody and just start from ground zero.
But my question, whose fault? Who made the team? Was it the person in?
In the end, it's Gene Haas.
Yeah, but
it's all management, really. Everything in between management, chemistry. Chemistry is something important too, and of course the equipment. What capital do these guys have? Is it sustainable? And just talking in the mindset of economy, can they, afford what they're doing? And this wasn't a simple project. Gene Haas made a concept of an F1 team years before the 2016 season.
yeah. So I
Here's
don't
why-
know.
Go ahead.
The Haas team, since their first season, of course, in the constructors standings, they were 8th for the first 2 years. But then last year was a plus. They were actually 5th in the world's constructor standings. And now after the Italian Grand Prix, they went from 8th to 9th in points. They basically got passed by a one-sided team, Alfa Romeo Ferrari.
Well, maybe it's because both their cars did not get points this time, but
How many times do they not get points in one race?
well,
A lot.
Grosjean is usually when he DNFs, or Magnussen that just doesn't care. and
Okay,
just,
I have the stats right here.
Magnussen's crap too.
The last time any of those Haas cars scored points was the German Grand Prix. It was a double points for them. But if you look beforehand, there's 16th, 19th, or retired. Another retirement. Grosjean has so far almost a double handful of retirements. There's 6 retirements.
What
And
about
Kevin Magnussen with 2.
Well, Magnussen finished 19th at the Canadian Grand Prix, while his teammate was like 12th, finishing 19th.
But here's the thing. Magnussen was not a bad replacement to Esteban Gutierrez after he was let go by Haas at the end of 2016. Kevin Magnussen, in his career, all right, I'm just going to pull up his Formula One results. When he drove for McLaren in 2014, his very first start was second place in Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, spent off in 2015 and then moved to Renault in 2016 and finished 16th in the World Drivers' Championship compared to 11th in 2014. So, I mean, yeah, different teams, but I do understand where the instability comes from. And of course, his debut season at Haas finished 14th in World Drivers' Championship last year in 9th, so there's a little bit of an increase.
But for me,
go on.
For me, it was not good when he got beaten by both Williams at Canada. I'm like, really? That is bad getting beat by both Williams at Canada. Even if usually the Williams, that's one of the Williams' worst tracks. When there's high down those aerodynamic dependent tracks, they're not good at. So I didn't expect to see a Williams get beat a Haas that should have.
Now, this is just out today, and it's confirmed this time. Rich Energy is terminating their contract with Haas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So that means they're not going to have money anymore.
I wouldn't say that. Gene Haas, he's a wealthy man.
No. I mean Rich Energy. Instead of Rich Energy, it's going to be take out Rich. When you're not rich. Yeah.
Well, Rich Energy, I think, wanted rich performances. And apparently we didn't see that.
You don't realize when you take out Rich, when you don't have sponsorship, you lose money. Poor Energy. They should rename their brand.
All right, boy, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, in my opinion, Haas needs a complete, like I said before, Haas needs a complete overhaul of the team.
I know
they so many stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's like,
hey, I know a driver they should get. They should get Nick DeVries, the current F2 championship leader. Maybe he'll do something.
You really think that will work?
Maybe. He's actually good. He's better than Magnussen and Grosjean possibly combined.
Right now, the Haas, I think they need new drivers next year.
Here's my, I guess, like sort of, just off the fly, my ideal situation for Haas. Gene Haas. I mean, I don't know how involved Gene Haas is with the NASCAR program. So, if Tony Stewart is like managing most of it, I'd say Gene Haas should focus on F1. Get the former team director of Ferrari from last year, put him as a new team director for Haas. Get rid of Magnussen, get rid of Grosjean. Put in Nico Hulkenberg, and put in, who else could they put in?
Well, they could be looking at F2 drivers going to try to move up in F1.
Haas can't afford new, young, and experienced drivers.
Well,
they can't afford a driver like Nico Hulkenberg. Well, too bad he's going elsewhere next year. Who's he driving?
So Nico Hulkenberg should be one of the drivers. The second driver, in my opinion, if I don't know, should be if his I'm actually trying to think who could be a second driver for Haas. Because Magnussen is no good. Grosjean, he's even worse.
Maldonado's not going back in F1 anyway. Oh no!
Okay.
I won't say.
See, the problem is you're in fantasy world.
I won't say. I will let you slide with disrespecting God this time. I'm trying to think of former F2 drivers, F1 drivers.
I don't even know because I know Raikkonen has a contract still. I don't know if Giovinazzi's returning, but if Giovinazzi would go to Haas, it's basically a step up from Alfa Romeo.
I disagree.
I'm sorry. If Kimi Raikkonen's performing in Alfa Romeo.
No, I mean, like, according to F1 2019, that is legit F1. Alfa Romeo's almost at the bottom. The bottom team is Williams, with Mercedes #1.
It's a video game, bud.
Well, video game, hey, it's more simulation compared to arcade, like NASCAR games.
Here's who I have. I've already said that the former team principal of Ferrari from last year. I'm pretty sure Gunther Steiner. I don't know his exact role. I'm guessing he's the team principal, but get him out. Put the new the former Ferrari principal in. Get rid of Magnussen. Get rid of Grosjean. Put in Nico Hulkenberg, and put in Marcus Ericsson.
Yes, I think Ericsson is needed on the team
in the Haas car.
Okay, that is better than Brendan Hartley.
Because think about it. At the end of the day, it's a Ferrari engine. They're very close to Ferrari, the Haas F1 team. So I'm pretty sure that they can work something out with Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is basically the Ferrari B team.
Yeah.
So that's my ideal for Haas situation. Get the former Ferrari director in, replace Magnussen and Grosjean with Hulkenberg and Ericsson.
Okay. Like, I feel like it would be probably better for Haas because they should be
a major improvement.
Because some races they've been doing worse than Williams as basically the bottom of the barrel, basically the worst team, and they get outperformed by a Williams. Sometimes even both Williams do better. That's where it gets embarrassing.
Pepsi time. Pepsi man.
So,
Pepsi? No, I don't.
Huh.
All right, I'll read you guys off the Formula One standings. I got them on Racing Reference. Though you can check them out on the World Racing Media Twitter. At least the top 10, because those are the ones that. Sorry, actually. Well, it's Formula One. I can't really say that.
Well,
so here it is. So Lewis Hamilton leads the points, 63 over Bottas with 8 wins. Second through fourth all have 2 wins apiece. Bottas 2 wins, 63 back, like I said. Verstappen 99 back with 2 wins as well, and Leclerc with his back-to-back first career wins is 102 back. Vettel is 5th, minus 115. Pierre Gasly 6th, 219. Carlos Sainz is 7th, minus 226. Daniel Ricciardo is 8th, minus 250. Alexander Albon is 9th, tied with Ricciardo, and Danny Kvyat is 10th, minus 251. Nico Hulkenberg, 11th, minus 253, tied with Kimi Räikkönen. 13th is Sergio Perez, minus 257. Lando Norris is 14th, minus 259. Lance Stroll is 15th, minus 265. Magnussen is 16th, minus 266. That's the highest Haas driver, in case you don't know. Romain Grosjean is 17th, minus 276. Antonio Giovinazzi, which he scored points in his home.
Hometown driver.
It's his hometown Grand Prix. So I have a little soft spot for Antonio Giovinazzi, fellow Italian. Minus 281. Robert Kubica, minus 283. And George Russell is minus 284. Interesting little note here.
Yeah.
Robert Kubica is the only driver who doesn't have an average finish inside the top 15.
Oh, God, that's not good.
Yeah, that is not good at all.
His average finish is 17th.
Oh,
the next is George Russell, 15.5.
It was bad that Russell almost beated Vettel. If Russell could have held on Vettel, I would have been happy. But it didn't happen because the Williams are bad at aerodynamic tracks. They're bad.
They're just bad speed in general this year.
No, they're worse at Monza.
You're quoting F1 2019 again. I'm quoting real life.
Well, no. I'm saying even Russell said before he said that Williams is not good at the aero tracks. They're not good at the aerodynamic dependent tracks. They're not good at those. Their performance is not good with those tracks.
Right.
Well, it's so funny that in every race this season, Russell is outqualified Kubica in every race this season. And it could be possibly the whole season if he continues to qualify better than him. Whew.
All right, so that's pretty much it for the Italian Grand Prix. Anything else?
Let's talk about constructors. I have that in hand right here. So Mercedes leading the constructors championship right now, 505 points compared to 351. They're set sail gone now heading into Singapore, and Ferrari
is in second with 351 points, along with Red Bull Racing in 266.
And then you move down
266 points. What's that?
And then you move down. You got McLaren, a major drop from 266 to 83 points. McLaren, Renault. And then, of course, the Renault team, 65 points. Scuderia, Toro Rosso, Honda, 51 this year. Now they have the new driver, Pierre Gasly, returning driver. Racing Point, BWT, Mercedes, 46 points. And, of course, Alfa Romeo Racing, Ferrari, 34 points. Basically everything except for 3 points has been under Kimi Räikkönen's name this year. Haas Ferrari now dropped to 9th in the standings, 26 points claimed, and Williams with 1 point scored at the German Grand Prix this year. We go to the Singapore Grand Prix next, which will be the first
night race,
city track since Monaco. Yeah, the second night race of the year.
Hey, also, just to tell you, I hope the FIA officials are better than that Italy. They were shit the whole weekend. And inconsistent.
I'm not gonna talk about the FIA stewards.
They should have penalized. Nick DeVries should have got penalized. If Camara got penalized, they should have penalized Nick DeVries for the same move. But they don't want to penalize him because he's the points leader in F2. They just don't want to.
They were close to busting Charles Leclerc in the Monaco Grand Prix with the contact and Lewis Hamilton, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. It's Canada all over again. And then like luckily,
no, what are you talking about? Charles Leclerc.
When Charles Leclerc Hamilton was in the rumble strip for like a brief second, went off track and rejoined.
What track was that? Monaco?
Oh, Monza this year.
Monza. Yeah. I was going to say Monaco. You said Monaco at first. Well, I was going to say Monaco.
Don't forget Canada. What happened to Canada?
Oh, God. That race.
I still won't forget that moment, ever.
Well.
But it's the same deal. I think everyone wants clarity, right? Everybody's looking for clarity.
Well.
I'm looking for some cold in this damn house.
You know the penalty for
remember the no call in the NFC Championship game?
Oh goodness. You know Vettel. You know when he came back on track unsafely and then Stroll got put off the track because of it? That was a legit penalty. I agree with that. Penalty. Because you saw what happened. You saw
what happened in Canada is just
racing. Well, hey, people complain about how
hard racing.
Hey,
that's hard racing. Remember Zanardi's pass on Jimmy Vasser in Monterey in the Laguna Seca kart race.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You can't do that these days. You get penalized.
Hey, you know how people say that Jacques Villeneuve in NASCAR is a dirty driver. Guess. Michael Schumacher would wreck people for championships.
Correct.
Like an idiot. He almost wrecked Villeneuve in 1997 for the champion, and he wrecked himself. He flipped Damon Hill.
Damon Hill.
Yeah,
Damon Hill. Damon
Like,
Hill.
oh,
was not-
like holy crap! Like, yeah,
We
Michael.
reached the debate portion of the podcast.
That's how
Wait,
Michael.
wait. Let's just save the debate. Let's just save that debate for full throttle, which is coming on Friday.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was about to say. All right, I think we're
Let's save
done.
that debate for Friday.
Talk about
You can
Formula
join
One.
on money.
We got a week break, and then the weekend of September 22nd is the Singapore Grand Prix,
Yep.
All right, now
Marina Bay.
let's move on to the Xfinity Series.
Oh.
All right, let me pull this up now. The Xfinity Series has their second to last event in the regular season for race 25 on the count. Actually, 25? I think it's race 26.
No, 24.
Oh, race.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
it's
do the math
25. No, it's race 25.
Oh yeah, race 25.
25.
Oh,
Okay.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's one or the other.
Here's what we know.
25.
There's one more race left in the regular
It's
season,
one or the other.
and this is the second last race of the regular season for the Xfinity Series. The Indiana 250 was won for the fourth time by
By
Kyle
Lee.
Busch.
Right.
He led 46 laps to score in the 96th career win, holding off Justin Allgaier, who won the race last year. Allgaier led 24 laps. Noah Gragson third, Jet Burton fourth. So Junior Motorsports with a great run on Saturday afternoon, getting 3 of their 4 cars into the top 5. Jet Burton's best finish for the team. Justin Haley fifth. Brandon Jones, Cole Custer, Chase Briscoe, Austin Hill in his first start. Austin Hill, good for him, it's 9th place. And Ryan Sieg in his career high 9th top 10 of the season.
Hey, by the way, Dylan Lupton should have drove the 18. It would have been way better. Joachim should hire him to replace Brandon Jones at one point.
Joseph, you'd love that.
All right, let's take a look at some of the notable drivers now. Michael Annett, 12th. Garrett Smithley, Landon Castle, great run for the JD team, 14-16. Stephen Parsons, 19th place. Austin Cindric had an engine failure, finished 27th.
Ooh.
Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick crashed in turn 2, 29th and 30th. And Tyler Reddick's first finish outside the top 16 all year long.
Holy crap, that's shocking.
Forget his lowest finish of the year. Just that
Wow.
he's finished in the top 16 for every
Yeah.
single race. It's quite the impressive feat. So more John Hunter Nemechek crashed out, and Austin Dillon with fuel pump problem.
Yep.
So there's that.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys a look at the championship standings for the Xfinity Series. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a look at the championship standings for the Xfinity Series with one race to go into the playoffs. And I'm going to share screens again for one reason only. Plug in. So here are your top 10 points. Tyler Reddick with 1,078 points. Christopher Bell minus.
Holy crap.
Christopher,
Brandon Jones moved up to 10.
yeah, I know. He's actually starting to somewhat be worth a damn now.
Hey, he's better. He's going to be way better than Dylan Lupton.
I'm debating. I don't know about that one, Chief. All right. Christopher Bell, minus 50. Cole Custer, minus 113. And Justin Allgaier holds the 4th spot, minus 138. Austin Cindric rounds out your top 5, minus 201. Chase Briscoe with 6, minus 214. Noah Gragson is 7th, minus 235. Michael Annett is 8th, minus 308. Just tied with Justin Haley. And rounding out the top 10, I believe for the first time this season, he's in the top 10, is Brandon Jones. He's actually starting to be worth a damn for once in his life. Now here's your playoff grid. Those who are locked in: Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Coleslaw Custard, Cindric, Briscoe, Annett, Allgaier, Gregson, and Justin Haley. And here are those who are in on points. Basically, these three, they're basically in on points anyway. It's just a matter of if we have an upset winner. Because basically, if we have if we have an upset, basically any of these three can drop to the bottom half, could drop to the 12th position.
Yeah.
And if a new winner wins, let's say John Nemechek, he blows an engine, and Jeremy Clements wins Vegas, he'll be out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
It's going to take a lot for those drivers to make the top 12 unless something crazy happens
at Vegas. Yeah.
So yeah, that's your playoff. So yeah, those are your playoff grids for the Xfinity series.
So yeah,
all right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? The points, the top 5 in the standings.
Wait, I was thinking about. I know that for owner points, it's still RCR's number 2 leading. That the 18 is 10th place, I guess. The 18 JGR cars up there, same as the Junior Motorsports 8. That people are confused that people think there's no playoffs for the owner points. There is.
There is.
Like the Crafton truck is not even in the playoffs for the owner's title because the 51 truck, the Kyle Busch 51, is basically third in owner points with the 45 in second, and the 24 GMS truck leading the points. So yeah, for people that understand, there is a playoff in the owner points. I know Ian's salty about playoffs. And stages and whatever. Yeah. So basically, he has to just don't talk about playoffs around him.
Try to get him on the podcast today. It didn't work out too well.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
I DM'd him and he just nope.
Oh
yeah, because every time I put point standings, he's just salty because of the playoffs.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ian loves the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
he loves everything in the world.
He totally loves the playoffs.
You wouldn't believe.
His rants are priceless.
Also, if you guys see me muting myself, turn the camera off because I'm eating.
And also,
now.
He also doesn't like Tyler Reddick, so
he does now. Last year,
last year he
was brutal.
When his channel was up, Ian Nation 48, and of course, it went down afterwards, which I thought it was a shame, but at the same time, he got a new channel up, so subscribe to him.
I know he's gonna pass me soon. I could already tell he's gonna pass me by a lot at one point. I'm still stuck at 107.
I like your F1 2019 videos. They're entertaining.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's what you do. You combine World Racing Media subscriber count with your subscriber count.
Oh, that would be interesting.
We're not going to get into numbers right now.
No, we're not Jake Paul.
I think we're done with the Xfinity series. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
We'll talk about the upcoming race just sooner or later.
We also have to talk about the Cup race from Indy.
Yeah, let's talk about the Brickyard 400.
Yeah.
Play You Soccer by Napalm Death.
Well, now I hate Denny Hamlin so badly. I hate him worse now. He should have gave the 88 room. He just turned left into him and didn't care.
If you want to pass with the 2019 Aero package, you have to get extra physical. Passing is tough. It was tough yesterday. There's just so much drag on these cars. The downforce is crazy high. Unbelievably. The only time they really gain positions is just out of luck. You roll the dice on the restart. They go 3-4 wide and gain or lose a spot. And then that's where you sit for the next green flag portion.
If I was Joe Gibbs, I would say, Denny, turn right because you have someone underneath you that has to make a position. If I was Hamlin, I would turn right to move out of the way.
Yeah. Guys, hold on. Let me play this. This one goes for the hat of shame.
I don't want to hear it. Now we're gonna get copyright.
Yeah, let's.
It's like a
I don't
My
want
bad.
to hear it.
My bad.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I
like
don't wanna hear
about that 88 car. He could have had a good top 10. It's like Darlington, but he blew a tire at Darlington. Then he wrecked. When I saw his car, I thought it was another car, like another white car. I thought it was Sorensen that wrecked himself. It looked like Sorensen. I'm like, oh, Sorensen wrecked. I saw Bowman. I'm like, really? It had to be Denny Hamlin that was near him.
All right, so here's the Brickyard 400. Kevin Harvick scores his second win at the famed Speedway. Last time he took the checkered flag and kissed the bricks was in a 29 car, silver car for RCR 16 years ago in the 2003 running of the Brickyard 400. And now he's won for Tony Stewart and Gene Haas. So two different teams, two different wins, and he led 118 laps, won stage 2, and that's his third victory of the season.
Yep.
With
They're
Bubba
all-
Wallace finishing third.
Yeah, Joey Logano finished second, led 11 laps, won stage 1, and then Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace,
Out of
It's-
nowhere.
second career top 5, first top 10 of the season. And if I'm not mistaken, his first finish above 16th, or actually above 11th this whole season.
That was good for that car.
Very.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's really good for that 43 team.
You know, I honestly wanted another restart so that way he could get past Logano and Harvick to get up front, you know?
Should've
But-
worked.
I just realized if he would have won the race, I just realized that would have put Ryan Newman out of the chase.
Yeah, they would have put him
Good.
Newman
Oh,
out
Good.
of
Newman could go die.
Well,
Yeah,
good-
Newman
well,
just would die.
well, Suarez has to do
Okay,
that.
wait. Before I say, I do not advocate for actually Ryan Newman dying.
Well, Ryan Newman, like
No, let's
Yeah.
be real, guys.
Yeah,
Newman-
none of us do
We
that.
gotta be professional.
Newman got
Yeah.
8th.
Hey, we gotta be professional. And he got 8th in the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Boyer finished 5th, just enough to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And then Denny Hamlin 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th,
Ryan,
Ryan Newman 8th, Chase Elliott and Paul Menard 2011
Paul-
winner of the race.
Yep. Paul
Top
Menard.
10, still not enough to make the playoffs.
But
And
but
here's the
still-
notables. I had a lot of notables written down.
Oh
Daniel
God.
Suarez finished 11th, 4 points to the bad, misses the playoffs for the third year
Shoot.
in his debut season for Stuart Haas Racing. Austin Dillon 12th, Eric Almirola 14th, Matt DiBenedetto 18th, missing out in the playoffs. Alex Bowman recovered from a crash to finish 21st. And here's a fun fact: Reed Sorensen 23rd, the second ever lead lap finish for Spire Motorsports, and of course, as everybody remembers, the first and only lead lap finish beforehand was the Daytona win. Nobody saw it coming.
So Sorensen got a lead lap finish.
Hell yeah.
23 cars finished on the lead lap.
So we know Sorensen's not going to win next week
Right.
at Vegas.
Fun fact.
I don't know.
Little things you never know. Martin Truex Jr. 27th.
Yeah.
Kurt Busch 30th. And then here's the guys that retired from the race. Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson.
I don't want to hear it.
Kyle Busch had the engine failure.
Kyle Busch blowing the engine. That was happy.
Brad Keselowski
Oh God.
and Eric Jones finished
F you,
30th,
Eric.
39th, crashing out.
Eric Jones.
So, yeah, there you go. That's the results.
And for the first time in his Cup Series career,
Shut up.
Jimmy Johnson.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut
Shut
up.
up, everybody. Let me talk now.
Shut up.
For the first time
I
in
don't
his
wanna
Cup Series career,
Hey,
Jimmy
hey,
Johnson does not make the playoffs.
wait.
It happened.
Hey, just replace the 4 with the 8. 88 is gonna win the championship, and I'm calling it. He is.
Wait,
gonna
wait,
win-
wait. Hold on, Justin. Let me, before I get to that, right? What did I tell you from the start, Armani? I knew this. Ever since Darlington, I knew this was gonna happen.
Listen, they had a good run. When Cliff Daniels took over,
Need my man Michael Roots in here to help me out.
when possible future guest, when Cliff Daniels took over Kevin Mendering, you saw the change, the positive change. Johnson started to qualify much better than he did in the majority of 2019, but had struggled following through, and it was just too little too late. And Jimmy Johnson really, like, he had a honest chance to make the playoffs. It was there. And regardless if he crashed or not, it doesn't matter, because afterward, the season was lackluster for the 7-time champ. And without further ado, let's talk about the playoff grid for the 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Kyle Busch is the first seed, winning the regular season championship with 45 bonus points. And
You got one contest the championship. There you go.
Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., second and third. 1, 2, and 3 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Put the power in Powerhouse.
They're all going to choke. They're all going to get
hold your horses, Justin.
Sure?
I'm just saying. They could choke it all.
That is true. We talked. Everyone last year talked about the big three. Joey Logano
Yeah.
is the title.
No, I was the only one who said Logano will win the title. I got the hat to prove it.
Logano or Denny Hamlin?
Well.
Continue.
All right,
So,
so
move on,
I was
Chip.
about to say.
Wait. Before you continue, I throw the white flag.
Oh no! All right. So
Hey. I held out hope.
no. I'm past that already. Now
I
to
held
you,
Wait.
Justin.
hope that my boy would make it.
Well.
Hold on. Now to you, Justin. Right? You were saying something about Bowman winning the championship.
Hey, it is possible if he wins at all the mile and a half. He wins at Vegas, then he wins at Kansas, then he wins at Texas, then he wins Homestead. He can win the championship.
Wait. Hold on. Right? Hold on. So wait. Hold on. So here are my 4 drivers out of the round of 16. Ryan Newman, aka No Neck Newman, Eric Jones, William Byron, and Bowman.
Well, hey, he is better than Boyer. Boyer is a piece of shit this season and can't do anything. Can't even win a race.
What if
And
Boyer
being-
pulled in 2007
Wait.
or 2012?
Hold on. I actually said Bowman to upset you. Sorry about that, Justin. Byron,
Well, remember, Vegas is the first race. He won
yeah,
at
Vegas
Chicago.
is the first race.
He has speed at mile and a half.
Chicago finished second at Kansas.
Yeah.
I
So
specifically said after the Kansas race, wait for Chicago.
Yeah.
Won. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to run down the playoffs once again. So, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman. So, the points work like this. You got the bonus points. And basically, everyone starts with 2,000 points. And a 2,000 plus number of bonus points you accumulated through the season. So, for example, Kyle Busch had 45 bonus points more than any other driver. He has 2,000 and 2,400, 245 points.
Kyle Busch actually had 30, but he got the regular season championship, so he actually gained 15 extra from the regular season championship. Yeah, he had 30.
I'm just working off bonus points. Like, doesn't matter how you got it. It's just bonus points and then plus 2,000.
So he has 2,045.
But listen, looking downward, like, guys like, so of course after the front, the first round, after the first round, 4 drivers get eliminated. So basically, as it stands, it's William Byron, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman. Now, mind you, there's only 2 drivers who did not score bonus points before the playoffs began. That's Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman.
Oh,
the rest, of course, 1 and 1, Almirola and Byron. 13th, 14th, and remember the top 12 advance the next round.
Yep.
Let's actually give our final 4 eliminate. Let's give our predictions for the champ. Which, speaking of which, time in for another plug-in. Where's my pen? It's Sunday morning. Me and Willie K, NASCAR Opinion, the man who founded World Racing Media, we will be starting a new show called NASCAR by the Numbers. We will review every playoff race this season, and we'll give like our thoughts and predictions and all that stuff. Me and him, we did a preview last night on Twitter, so go check it out. Sunday, I believe it around like 10 or 11 a.m. Just a little plug-in. So you guys give out your round of 6. Those who are going to be out at the round of 16.
Wait, I got Nick Newman, Ryan Newman, Eric Jones, Byron, and Clint Boyer.
Ooh. Oh. Mine, Ryan Newman,
Yeah.
Eric Almirola, Boyer, and I'm trying to think of the last one.
Eric Jones, right?
Nope. Kyle Larson.
Larson?
I feel he's
Oh
not been,
yeah. Larson hasn't won yet this season.
and he's not been consistent.
Yeah, he's definitely out of the first round.
He's not been consistent. The only thing he won was the All-Star race, but the All-Star race doesn't count for points, so that didn't help him to get into the playoffs.
All right, Joseph, who are your picks to be out of the round of 16?
It looks like this. So basically 5 points, and so 2004 points is the limit right now. You can't go below that, or you're outside the top 12. And then, so really, if you're safe, you're like from Brad Keselowski upward, pretty much in the safer zone, unless you really screw up the next 3 races. However, I see Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson, and Eric Almirola
Oh,
getting eliminated. I'm sorry, Larson fans.
yeah.
All right, now here's my prediction. I talked about this during my version of the preview of NASCAR by the Numbers on Twitter. I took a look at each track, and I took in all the factors, how Las Vegas is a night race, Richmond, the Roval. The Roval's kind of a wild card, but we do have some stats to work with, those who dominated, all that good stuff. I talked about which drivers are the best at each track, like Vegas, for example. Since it's a night race, mile and a half, I said the ones to watch are Keselowski, Bowman, and Chase Elliott. For Richmond, I said the ones to watch for are Kyle Busch, Camp, basically the Toyotas, along with Keselowski. And for the Roval, we don't have that many. We don't really have numbers. I said the ones to look at for the Roval, purely based off last year, are Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, and Larson.
Yeah.
So here's who I have eliminated. By the way, the background noise. Here's who I have eliminated after the round of 16. Ryan Newman, the ogre himself. Eric Almirola, who had my favorite Darlington throwback of this year. Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman.
Oh.
Let me give you a reason for all of them. Ryan Newman, I think it's self-explanatory. Number one, he lacks stage points. I mean, Indianapolis is really the first time all season we've really seen him score any stage points. He's more of a guy at the finish, not really a guy, in the middle of the race. Eric Almirola, that team, they've been so bad this season. It's like Clint Boyer, at least he's running top 10. Unless something stupid happens. Eric Almirola, he's like 15th to 17th, really ever since, and he hasn't finished in the top 10 ever since Daytona, and he only has top 5 on the season.
Oh God!
So Eric Almirola, I have him out. Ryan Blaney, I think was going to kill Ryan Blaney is Richmond. We've seen. I mean, just take a look at his performance this year of Richmond. He was running 25th in a Penske car, and he said 1,000 times, "Oh, he sucks at Richmond so bad." And Alex Bowman, ever since his win of Chicagoland, he struggled just to finish inside the top 10. I think he only has like 1 or 2 top 10s ever since his win of Chicagoland.
Well, maybe Hendrick didn't do anything. They were focusing on Johnson's car instead of focusing on the 88 or the 24 or the 9.
Well, there's no point in focusing on the 88. He's already in the playoffs. They have nothing to worry about.
But now they can't just focus on Chase Elliott, the main driver that people say, "Oh, Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott." It's not just Chase
That's the problem
Elliott.
with this fan base, too.
He is the best. He is best driver. Like we'll get into that later. Let me finish what I'm trying to say. So so here's something I didn't say during the podcast. I'm gonna say what each driver who I said eliminate is gonna have to do to make it in. Alex Bowman. Okay, let me just get this out of the way. All these four, they're gonna have to rely on some super shit happening at the roll if they want a chance of making it in. Let's just get that out the way.
It's a very high possibility of those events.
Let's just get that out of the. Let's just get that out of the way now.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the first guy I have eliminated, Alex Bowman. He's gonna have to rely on a very good Las Vegas race. Like I said, out of the top 3 drivers, in my opinion, who worked the best at this mile-and-a-half package. Keyword in the night: Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, and Brad Keselowski. Those are the 3 I think are the best when it comes to racing at the night with this mile-and-a-half package. So if Alex Bowman wants to
agree with you on that one, buddy.
So if Alex Bowman wants to advance to the round of 12, he's going to need a very solid loss. He's going to need to score top 5 in both stages and finish top 5 in the race. I think if he wants any shot at making it in, because he's not great at Richmond. I think he finished 21st in the race, and the Roval is such a wild card. And I don't even.
Yeah, the Roval is a wild.
It's a massive wild card race.
So I do think he finished top 5 at the Roval. If I'm not mistaken.
He got 4th.
Okay, so Bowman did finish top. But like I said, the Roval is such a wild card.
Yeah,
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
Ryan Blaney. He's gonna have to rely on, in my opinion, he's really the only driver out of those I think could actually perform well at the Roval. Not only because he's the recent winner, but everyone said like, "Oh, Ryan Blaney lucked into a win at the Roval." He won stage 2, and he was up front basically the entire race. It's not like he was doing bad. However, he's not that flashy at Las Vegas. He sucks horrible at Richmond. I think what Richmond, like I said, is what's really going to kill Ryan Blaney in the points. I think he's going to run the same as he did this time, like 20th to 25th. That's what I think is going to do Ryan Blaney in. Eric Almirola, he's going to need a good Richmond race because Richmond is his best track, and I think he's going to need to rely on Richmond to get it. But even that, the team just doesn't have any speed. They don't even have. I don't even think they have top 10 speed. To be frequent with you. And Ryan Newman, he's gonna need stage points. Number 1, number 2, he's gonna need to do big. He finished at like 13th, 14th, but it's the round of 12, so he's gonna need to finish 11. He's gonna need top 10 runs. And Ryan Newman, he has 9 top 10s on the season, but it's like he doesn't really run top 10.
Yeah,
Ryan Newman.
Yeah, and on top of that, Newman just sucks.
Nah, he's got talent. The Richmond, for example. He won it in 2000. Was it 2003? He won in Richmond.
I think, but you also do know he's named Rocket Man because he has 50-some poles.
51.
Oh yeah, he has some poles. Yeah,
he has 51 career poles.
His Penske days are long gone.
And his last one was where?
2017
Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
the old layout.
That race. I just remembered about that race.
Okay, so Ryan Newman at Richmond, he's got 1 win, and then the other Kansas, he has a win in Kansas. But you could say, hey, Las Vegas and Kansas, they're very alike.
Well, let's focus on the round of 16 first.
And we're not in the 2003 Winston Cup either. So
yeah,
we'll get to Canada when we get to the round of 12. So who I have advancing to the round of 12? I got Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, William Byron, Clint Boyer, Kyle Larson, and Aaron Jones heading into the round of 12. Like I said before, Bowman, Blaney, Almirola, and Newman, they're heading out the door. So let's go to the round of 12. We got Dover, Talladega, and Kansas. Who do you guys have out of the round of 12?
Oh.
You know, I'm going to say Almirola. Well, no. Wait, no.
Gotta keep track.
Almirola's going to win Talladega again. He's definitely making to the round of 8. I'm going to have to go with Keselowski, Bowman, definitely Larson, and Byron.
Ooh, mine for the people of the day out of round 12. I have Eric Jones. Who else? William Byron will get eliminated also. Alex Bowman would sadly get eliminated because Last year,
just
Dover
not
did
that
not go
consistent.
well
Yeah.
just because of Brad Keselowski and the Ford driver. I think Ryan Blaney will get eliminated out of the round of 12 also.
Joseph.
For my drivers eliminated, I said it before, I'll say it again. Eric Almirola will be the first man out.
You
Ryan
really
Newman.
think so?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the round of 12.
Round of
For the round of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people out of round of 12.
For the round of 12, I have, like, moving on, Kyle Busch. Okay, for being eliminated from the round 12, Kyle Larson. Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, and call me crazy, Chase Elliott.
Oh.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa.
Wow.
Kind
Holy
of slump, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not the only one with a wild card pick.
You will not hear another siren go off in that pool room.
Oh.
Joseph,
All right.
I'm probably wrong.
Joseph, Joseph, for the sake of me, Armani, and Justin, I think you need to stay off the weed.
All right. So now let me give you guys my, and let's just say
got
that you might have to reiterate that phrase. Let's just say that. So I'm gonna use the same template I use. Who is the ones to watch at Dover, Talladega, and Kansas? Dover, the ones to watch: Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott. In my opinion, I'll just get my Dover pick out of the way. I think Truex is gonna win Dover. That's really the only sincere pick I have for this round. Well, besides Vegas, obviously. Talladega is a wild card with this package. There's not really a manufacturer anymore.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the manufacturers work together, so they kind of stall out. So Talladega is another wild card, so I'm not even going to attempt that. And then Kansas, I think it's a day race. People need to understand with Kansas, this is a day race, so it's going to race it's going to race more similar to Las Vegas and Atlanta than it will to the Kansas race earlier in the season. So I think the ones to watch at Kansas are going to be Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Kyle Larson. Those are the three that I got to ones to watch at Kansas. Basically, the ones who finished 1, 2, 3 in the Kansas playoff race last year. With that being said, here's who I have a limit. And also, sorry. It seemed like ever since this playoff format was incepted, we always have a wild card, like, out of the round. What I mean by wild card out of the round of 12 is like a driver who we think can make a run at the championship, the Final Four.
Yeah, we've had.
So let me 2014, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2015, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2016, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski. 2017, Kyle Larson, and last year, Brad Keselowski.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. So this is who I have out of the round of 12. Kyle Larson, he's out. Clint Boyer, he's out. William Byron, bye-bye. And Kevin Harvick.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Harvick. Oh. Holy crap. I didn't expect that, but
No more blue oval domination in Talladega.
It's gonna be if you pay attention. The round of last year, the round of 8 was half of it was SHR drivers. This year was not a single Stewart Haas driver in the round of 8.
Oof.
Now let me give you guys my reasons.
Oh.
Kyle Larson, he can't clutch. He just can't. Dover, I don't like Dover. Like, is the only track like if Kyle Larson.
That's a strength track for Larson.
That's a strength track for Larson, but he sucks at restrictor plate racing. And Kansas, he's like 50-50 on. Clint Boyer, I just don't think he has the speed to make it to the round of 8. Same goes for William Byron. They might be able to have the speed, but they don't have the execution to finish the races enough to get to the round of 8. And Kevin Harvick, like I said, he's my wild card. Why I have Harvick getting out of the round of 8, out of the round of 12, is going to be basically what nearly killed him, in my opinion, in the round. What basically cost him his Dover and Kansas wins in the round of 12 last year. And that's his pit stops. I think those are going to kill him, especially because Kevin Harvick doesn't have his 2018 speed anymore. He doesn't have his playoff buffer. I think it's going to do him in.
Well, basically, Harvick.
Hold on. let me explain what each driver needs to do to secure a spot in the round of 8. Kevin Harvick, I think it's the easiest to say. Just stay consistent. Keep the hot streak that he's on right now. William Byron, that team needs to learn how to finish out these races. Like they did in Indianapolis where they finished top 5. They need to maintain that. Finish top 5, top 10 consistently. Clint Boyer, that team needs to find speed. And Kyle Larson's going to need to learn how to clutch. He's good at Kansas. He's good at Dover. He just needs to learn how to clutch these races. And I don't think Larson could do that yet. So here's what we have advancing into the round of 8. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, and Eric Jones. Same as 2016. All the round of 8 will be half of JGR drivers.
Okay.
Now you can say what you were going to say, Justin.
I was going to say about Harvick. It was actually not his pit crew. It was him speeding both times. So he basically has to keep it under the speed limit.
Well, I said pit stop, not pit crew.
Natural mistakes.
Yeah, don't
being on pit road.
Like don't go 70, don't go 100 down pit road at Dover. That's not smart. That is not the brightest thing. It's not NASCAR Thunder 2002 where the speed limit is 100 on that.
Yeah,
game.
on all tracks.
Yeah. So just don't speed. He just has to execute well.
Pit road's actually very tricky at Dover.
Yeah, and
Probably the trickiest pit road.
Yeah, Talladega's kind of tricky. Just don't pit in the middle lane. Don't be slowing down the middle lane pitting.
Here's the thing about pitting at Talladega.
Oh, God.
You have to pit with a pack.
Yep.
You can't pit by yourself, and maybe sometimes you can get away with it as long as you take 2 tires or no tires.
Yeah.
But eventually, the lack of grip will come back to bite you later in the race.
And you need the draft. Without a draft, you could get lapped if you have no drafting.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that leaves the round of 8, which consists of Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. I'm not going to call it ISM because, like I said on the live stream yesterday on Twitter, I'm not getting paid by them. So I will call it Phoenix. Who do you guys got out of the round of 8?
Oh.
I've got Truex being the first one out. I've got Keselowski out. I've got Hamlin out.
Oh.
And I've also got Chase Elliott out.
Didn't you have Chase Elliott out of the round of 12?
That's me.
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay. My people that are out of the round of 8. Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, my last driver, Kevin Harvick's going to get eliminated out of the round of 8. Because, 2016, he didn't even make it to the round of 4. So I feel like Kevin Harvick would get eliminated out of the round of 8. Yeah.
I see Kevin Harvick getting out of the round of 8, to be honest. So we'll fall short for that 4 car. I see Denny Hamlin getting eliminated from the round of 8. He's not going to make the final 4.
Denny Hamlin.
And then Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski.
Oh, okay.
So, whoa.
All right, so here's my drivers, and as usual, I'll give my reasoning. So let's talk about who is going to be the strongest at Martinsville in the round of 8. It's going to be Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski. Basically, I feel like every driver minus Eric Jones has a shot at winning Martinsville. Out of my round of 8 drivers, I think Kyle Busch has a great shot. Hamlin, he has the most wins of the playoff drivers.
Yes.
The active drivers to Jimmy Johnson. I'm not going to talk about it. Mark Truex Jr., he's always great at Martinsville. Keselowski, he basically led like 99.99% of the race.
Yeah.
Logano, he led like 300 laps en route to his first Martinsville win last year. Basically, the race that won him the championship. Chase Elliott, he's always strong at Martinsville. Kurt Busch, he was strong at Martinsville too. He was like people don't realize. People say like, oh, it was Logano and Truex. People didn't realize Hamlin was closing, Kyle Busch was closing along with Kurt Busch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
Hamilton
Eric
finished second. He passed Truex after getting muscled on the final corner.
Eric Jones, he doesn't do he's not. I don't see him doing very well in Martinsville. So those are the ones to watch, I believe, out of the round of 8. Basically, everyone but Eric Jones. I guess
Oh.
the main ones to watch out for are Keselowski, Elliott, and Truex. I guess if I had to pick like only 3. Texas, I got Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Eric Jones. Eric Jones, this is his best track in my opinion of any track in the playoffs. Texas, I don't think that's real much of a controversy to say that. He always runs top 5 at Texas. Denny Hamlin, I mean, he won the race earlier this year. And Truex or Kyle Busch, I forgot one of the JJR drivers that I picked. I mean, they're always strong there. And then we go on to Phoenix. Kyle Busch, he won the last 2 races at Phoenix International. I got also Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, and Denny Hamlin, the ones to watch. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, they were running top 5, top 10 before they decided to kill each other in the playoff race last year. So those are the ones I have to watch at Phoenix. With that being said, here's who I have eliminated out of the round of 8. Eric Jones, I think it's self-explanatory. Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. Let me give you my reasonings. Like I said, Eric Jones, it's self-explanatory. I think he'll run top 5 at Texas, but then again, I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott, the team, like they're not a championship yet. Unless they go on like a super, super hot streak during the playoffs, I don't think they're making it to the Final Four. I think they get eliminated out of round of 8 for the 3rd straight year.
Okay.
Brad Keselowski, I mean, he's too up and down. He's too inconsistent. And that's really the same thing with Truex, too. Like, they're too inconsistent. I don't think they're going to be consistent enough to make it to the Final Four. So, let me tell you. So, basically, let me say what I think each driver needs to make it to the Final Four. Eric Jones, he has to win Texas if he wants any shot at the Final Four, in my opinion. Chase Elliott, he needs to run top 5 in all 3 races and finish top 5 in all 3 races. Like, maybe even top 3. Brad Keselowski and Truex, they just need to have top 10, top 5 consistency. If they can be consistent, I think they'll have a shot. So with that being said, here's my Final 4. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Joey Logano.
Ooh.
My Final 4 is interesting because I have Ryan Blaney making the Final 4 of the chase. I have Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Joey Logano.
I've got Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Logano, and God.
Y'all need to keep track of your picks.
Yeah, man, I know.
Well, I mean, I made my picks last night. I had them written down, so that's why.
Wait, I said Hamlin is going to be out, right?
Yep.
Okay. Damn. Can't forget the other driver. Did I say Blaney?
I
Did I
think
say Blaney's going to be out?
yeah, I think I'm blaming out already.
There's always one driver making the Final 4 that's surprising, and that's Ryan Blaney.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mine? I don't mind.
All right.
My
Well,
pick-
Danny's trying to figure out his.
My pick. My pick.
Your pick. It's your pick.
There's 2 drivers on these 2 teams, so drive for the same team. Joe Gibbs Racing is going to have Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. for Gibbs.
Junior's in the Final Four.
Team Penske is going to have Keselowski and Logano going for the championship. So it's going to be Penske versus Gibbs.
Basically, what it's been all season.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's going to be Penske versus Gibbs.
All right, Danny, did you figure out your 4th driver yet?
I said Hamlin, Keselowski.
You had Hamlin out. You had Keselowski out. You got Kurt Busch out.
And Truex.
Yeah, Truex out too.
Oh, come
Damn it! I lost track.
on.
All right, Joseph, give your pick while Danny.
I already gave my pick.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I already
My
did.
final four is
So-
Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano.
Ryan Blaney.
Yeah,
Where did he
You know
go?
what? I'm gonna
Sneak
put
through, man.
Hamlin.
Sneak
I'm
through.
gonna put Hamlin instead. I'm gonna send Hamlin to Homestead instead.
Okay, before I give my picks and explanation, first of all, Danny, I think we got to. I feel like we told Joseph this every single podcast.
Oh, God.
After I heard that Blaney pick, you need Joseph. We keep reiterating this to
Yes.
stay all
Oh,
the damn
damn.
week.
Listen,
He's watching too much Dab and Granny. Then again, I picked Jimmy Johnson.
my friend shared that to me and I'm like, okay, what the hell is this old lady showing off her marijuana for? I'm like, okay, I'm just watching that, and then just
Turned into an obsession. All right, so let me give. So obviously, I've said my final four: Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Joey Logano. So this is going to be a little bit different. Obviously, let's talk.
Joe in the
about,
comment section. Joe Sananigo said Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Joey Logano. That's a
Oh,
classic Final Four, guys.
no, that's no.
Classic.
They should. Justin Haley should have went for cup points. He could have been in the top 30 in points.
I don't
He
know.
wouldn't make the top 30 with Spire Motorsports.
Well, if David Reagan and Michael McDowell just didn't do anything for the rest, if
And your
they did-
Utopia, yeah, that's the case.
Entire season. What do you mean?
they could have. Hey, McDowell and Reagan could have started parked. The whole season. That would have worked.
They stopped doing the Stern Park like 2014 with whoever
Yeah.
drove that car. Josh Wise, someone.
Oh yeah, Josh Wise.
All right, let me get my explanation. Actually, wait, no, you guys got to give your championship explanation first. Go ahead. I forgot. I'm usually the guy who does it last.
For me, why I'm picking Kyle Busch? Well, he's been really good this season, so I feel Kyle Busch, he has a good shot to make it to Homestead. Martin Truex Jr., he won the 2017 champion. He's been stronger compared to Eric Jones and Denny Hamlin, so I feel like Martin Truex Jr. Joe Logano, 2018 champ, he's been good this season. So far, not the best, but some races he's starting to get better and better. So I feel like Joe Logano will do really good again. Brad Keselowski, he won the 2012 title, and he's been not doing the best recently, but I feel in the chase he's going to get more. He's going to be really better, so I feel that's why that's my final four for Homestead.
Now explain your champion.
Oh, my champion. My champion. My champion. I hate his guts so badly. He won the 2017 title. I was really mad. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the championship because he's going to be really consistent in that race, and he's going to be stronger. And this time, not going to get passed from Joe Logano, but he's going to win the title, and then I could get some points. That 8 points. So yeah, I feel like Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the championship.
Justin, while MTJ sounds like a great threat to win the title, which he did 2 years ago in Furniture Row's team, I say Kyle Busch prevails in the 2019 playoffs, wins the championship for the second time. This go around, not controversial, not questionable, but more legit. And Kyle Busch is the 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ooh.
I've got Hamlin winning his first championship.
Oh.
Ever since
After you just had him eliminated after the round, after you almost had him eliminated.
You know what? At first I was like, you know what? everybody's picking Hamlin to be the favorite to win the championship, his first championship. He's won he's won at Daytona. He's won at Texas. And he's just been consistent all year.
Very consistent.
So I got him winning the championship this year, man.
Because Denny Hamlin is facing the burden of when you're going to the championship. When's your first title? You know, we know he's got the potential to win that first title. We've had close calls. We've seen him since the start of his career when he finished third in the 2006 Next Cup. If Denny Hamlin wins, that would mean so much to him and everybody backed up the Chesterfield, Virginia native. But Joe in the comments section said Joey Logano first repeat since Jimmy Johnson.
Oh,
now mind you, first driver that went back to back in the championships, like before anything and before Jimmy Johnson. I think it was Jeff Gordon.
All right, so
wait, hold on. My bad. Did Gordon win 98? Yeah, Gordon won 98.
yeah, he did.
97, 98. So back-to-back champions don't really have the best luck in NASCAR.
Well,
all right, so let me give my picks. I haven't given my pick yet. So, as usual, we got to take into a couple factors. Number one, Homestead Miami Speedway. As I mentioned previously, Homestead Miami Speedway, it ends in the night. Number one, it's a mile and a half, and it ends in the night. And like I said before, there's certain drivers, in my opinion, that I've seen from these night races at these mile and a half that tend to do better than others. I don't think any of the Final Four that I have are particularly good, the best at it. I don't, and for one reason, that's the main reason. I think this will be the first time in this knockout format that we have the winner not being the Final Four. I think it's going to be one of the three that I mentioned. I'm not going to give it now because which I'll be at that race, by the way, in case you guys don't know. I'll be at Homestead. I'm at Homestead every year, except for next year. I'm going to Sebring. Thank you, NASCAR, for making me have to pick and choose. But back to my point. So I don't think any of those drivers are doing well in the Final Four. So we got to take. So let's take the whole who's better at the package out of the equation, because I think all those four, they're basically the same when it comes to this package at the night. So I'm going to take it to two factors. Number one, who's just better at Homestead Miami Speedway in general? I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Number two, ever since 2017, we've seen a trend with this. We've seen a trend with the Final Four. There's 3 champions and 1 non-champion. The non-champion comes out as champion. If you pay attention to my Final Four, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, and Denny Hamlin.
Oh, yeah.
I think Denny Hamlin is finally going to win his first career Cup Series championship. Not only for that reason, but also for the fact that he's the best statistically out of all of them at Homestead. I think he's the only one in the field with multiple Homestead wins.
Yes, 2009, 2013.
So I have Denny Hamlin as my 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Yeah.
Any Hawks Win fans out there?
So basically, don't look at Armani's Twitter. That's not the real. He said Hamlin. That's the 2019 champion cup is not his picks that he put on Twitter.
I have Kyle Busch. Everyone is going to criticize
and everyone had his. Sorry. Go ahead.
Everybody criticized Kyle Busch in the 2015 title. I'm no exception. I still think that championship was not fair whatsoever, but Kyle Busch is a championship caliber driver year in, year out. Like I said, this is the year he finally claims it.
For me, it's Truex because Truex could be better at other tracks. Like, he could maybe start doing better and better.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could get his second title in 3 years. Wait. Yeah, second title in 3 years.
So let me explain why I don't have any of the other 3 winning the championship. Number one, Kyle Busch, he sucks at Homestead.
Wow.
That's pretty plain. I think it was like non-existent in 2014. He was non-existent in 2016. 2015 he showed up. 2017 he was running down true. 2015 and 17 were really the only seasons Kyle Busch was worth a damn at Homestead. 2018 he sucked ass.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it'll be the same.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be the same in 2019, unless it's a trend where you're like, oh, he sucks ass at Homestead, he does well. He sucks ass at Homestead, he does well. So that could be a trend. That actually is a trend. Now I think about it, I just don't think that. And I'm a big believer in trends. I just don't see that trend continuing this year.
I try not to believe in trends, though. But go on.
Truex, he sucks at this new 2019 package at the night. That's why I don't have him doing well. Same reason with Joey Logano. He's not really up there either. I think Joey Logano will be the closest to Hamlin. But I think Hamlin's just going to run away with it. If you think about it, 2014 it was a fight. 2015 it was a fight. 2016 it was a fight. 2017 a fight. 2018 a fight. I think it's going to be the first year that it's just a runaway.
Like, I remember in I know about Homestead. Kyle Busch was doing good last year and got that lucky ass caution last year. Everybody thought it helped him, but he fell back from first. He restarted first.
Ass.
Yeah,
He had a tight car race long.
and I remember when everybody was aggravated because Joey Logano won over Truex for the championship.
That was frustrating. I mean, personally, I was just like, man. But there's always the next season. And here we are in 2019, about to start the playoffs.
Yeah. NASCAR season's been passing fast already.
Yeah, it has been. I still remember Daytona like just yesterday. In Daytona.
Yeah, I know.
So already an hour and 21 minutes.
We got to talk about the races going in the.
Yeah.
We have other racing that took place this weekend or miscellaneous.
Yep.
On that, we had the Whelen Modified Tour.
Yep.
At Riverhead for round 13 of 16, which was won by Justin Bonsignor, who led 19 laps. Joey Salamino.
No, it's Timmy Salamino.
Well, Timmy Salamino. Led 44 laps. Craig Lutz finished third, led 38 laps. Kyle Soper, fourth. And Emmerling, fifth.
Yep.
So the points, Doug Kobe with 540 points claimed this year. In 19 behind is Justin Bonsignor. Ronnie Silk, third, minus 45. Lutz, minus 70. And Goodell, minus 106, fifth in the standings. Their next race is at Loudon, New Hampshire.
Yep.
And let's talk about the Pinty Series.
Oh, yeah.
At St. Eustache in Quebec. This was round 11 to 13. And just a special shout out to the people in St. Eustache. I know it's tough that your track is being taken down after that race. It was the last ever race held at St. Eustache. Track 50 plus years of existence, and it sucks. I hate seeing tracks close, but I guess maybe I had to happen. But Jason Hathaway led 85 laps to win. Kevin Lacroix, the points leader, led 42 laps to finish second. Andrew Ranger, third. Alex Labe, fourth, led the most laps of 123. Donald Teague, fifth.
Yeah.
And here's the point standings after 11 races. Kevin Lacroix has a lead just 2 points over Andrew Ranger.
Yep.
LP Dumoulin, third, minus 28. Jason Hathaway, fourth, minus 53. And DJ Kennington, minus 61 in fifth. Their next race is in Loudon, New Hampshire, the same weekend as the Bonafide Tour.
Yep.
And that is this weekend, right?
New Hampshire's all the way September 21st.
Oh. Because I thought they replaced the Las Vegas race with or the old New Hampshire date with that.
But it's basically the Saturday at the week where Cup and Xfinity are in Richmond. Yeah.
Let's see what else we talked about. We covered some.
I'm trying to think of the races this weekend.
We have VLN Nürburgring, VLN 4.
I just realized there's IMSA again.
Yeah, we'll talk about IMSA in just a moment. Let's see I'm pulling up the VLN stats right now. It's actually VLN 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just have to...
If you're not familiar with VLN racing, basically their races specifically at the Nürburgring track. Every race except for round 5 is a 4-hour event. Round 5 is 6 hours. And the majority of these guys run in the Nürburgring 24 hours, the cars and teams. And Black Falcon won. If I'm not mistaken, Black Falcon won VLN.
All right, so let's go ahead and give our picks for
all the races this weekend.
All right, so
you want to start off the Las Vegas?
Yeah, so we got all 3 NASCAR series returning, the Truck Series to the back, Xfinity Cup, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Race of the regular season, Cup having the first race of the playoffs, and the Trucks having their last race of round 1.
Yep.
Round of 8. So let's start on, and we got Supercars at Auckland.
Yes.
Return of IMSA at Laguna Seca.
Yep.
Classic car racing. So let's start off with the Cup race at Las Vegas. Who do you guys have claiming the South, whatever the race is called?
South Point 400.
South 400 win.
I've got Logano winning again at Las Vegas, like how we did.
Brad Keselowski
Yeah.
has 3 wins, second most, tying Matt Kenseth on the all-time wins list at Las Vegas. I'm going with Keselowski. He's going to tie Johnson with 4 wins at the track and have the most of all time and advance his way into the round of 12 in the playoffs.
Okay, my pick. He's been not the best consistency, but he's run good at these mile and a halves. He has been running good at the mile and a halves. Like Kansas, he got second at when it was 9. He won at Chicagoland. Alex Bowman will win at not Kansas, Vegas, and advance to the round of 12.
So Vegas night race. I've said it 100 times already. Vegas night race. The top 3 to watch for, I believe, are going to be Keselowski, Bowman, and Chase Elliott. Bowman, I believe, is going to be too inconsistent. Like, I mean, by too inconsistent, I mean he's going to run like 11th to 12th, in my opinion. It's during the day and during the night, I think Bowman will be in contention. Keselowski, I think, will be in contention throughout the day. However, at the end of the day, I got Chase from the same place as Austin Bill from Dawsonville. Chase Elliott will get the win at Las Vegas and punch his ticket into the round of 12. 6th career win, breaking the tie with Kyle Larson.
I got Keselowski, guys, but I just think Brad's going to handle Vegas strong. So
I'm gonna have to go in Logano, man.
All right, let's move on to the Xfinity race. Who do you guys got claim? Who do you guys have winning the regular season finale for the Xfinity series?
Ooh.
Cheetos, not sponsored.
I got Custer winning at Las Vegas.
Okay.
Ooh.
So first race was won by Jeff Green in 1997. Kyle Busch won this year. Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson won last year. the team's gone, of course. Chip Ganassi Racing. I say that just looking at what I see here, Chevy has most wins at 12, Ford with 9. Tyler Reddick wins at Las Vegas.
I'm looking at stats right now. Why am I looking at stats at Vegas?
Because you're making a prediction. That's
I almost picked the wrong person. That would have been stupid if I would have picked someone that had like 4 DNFs at Vegas. I almost picked Brandon Jones, but he had 4 DNFs at Vegas. I'm not.
Don't get me started.
It's looking at. I think I got my pick now. My pick, he has a better average finish at Vegas compared to most other drivers. Justin Allgaier will win at Las Vegas.
So Justin's picking Justin. Got it.
Yep.
Hey, Dan. Check the chat on me.
I know. Okay, so like I said before, I took into account that this is a true night race. The race starts at 7:30. Who won the last mile-and-a-half race at night? It was
Keselowski. Martin Truex Jr.
No. Tyler Reddick.
Xfinity.
Oh, Xfinity. Oh, my bad. Okay,
Okay.
who won that last Xfinity race at night?
Tyler Reddick. The guy
Oh, Reddick.
Who do you think I'm doing it again? Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick has only one finish below 16th. That took place this past event in the East, so I'm with you, man.
Tyler Reddick, I got taking the win at Las Vegas. Now, let's move on to the Truck Series race. Who do you guys got winning the round of 8 finale? And might as well ask, who do you guys have being eliminated?
Who? I'm just gonna look at these people.
Sauter and Ankrum are below the cut line.
Hey, I'm not picking Decker. So that don't pick that. That's not gonna go well.
She has her best career finish there. Granted,
Yeah. No, 13.
All right, let's. Who do you seriously?
I'm
Who
trying to.
seriously do you think is going to win the truck race?
I'm trying to look at the entries.
Brett
because
Moffitt.
I just don't know. He did lose last year because of fuel.
Brett Moffitt's the guy who goose chased Kyle Busch at the last 2 spring races at Vegas. To finish second.
Remember last time he went there, he ran. Last time in the fall, he ran out of fuel and lost to Grant Enfinger.
I've got Brett Moffitt winning at Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break this down into 2 parts here. The truck series. So let's break it down here. The history of the Las Vegas 200. First race won by Jack Sprague in 1996. 3 drivers have the most wins of 2: Kyle Busch, Jack Sprague, and Mike Skinner. Last year's winner in the fall was Grant Enfinger. This year's spring winner, Kyle Busch. Most team wins. 3 teams have 3 wins each. ThorSport, Roush Racing, and Kyle Busch Motorsports. Teams that have 2 wins, Bill Davis and Hendrick Motorsports. Most wins for a make: Chevy with 9, Toyota 8, Ford with 5, 2 for Dodge. In the end, I got some drivers picked out here. Got last year Grant Enfinger, this year Brett Moffitt, but Brett Moffitt's going to sweep the first round of the playoffs. He wins at Vegas.
My pick. He has the best average finish at Vegas currently with a 7.833, with an average start of 7.6. Grant Enfinger is going to win at Las Vegas for 2 years in a row in the second Vegas race.
All right, I'm back from eating my Cheetos. All right, so here's what I got winning. So Las Vegas is very similar. It's a cookie cutter mile and a half.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Kentucky. Keep that in mind. Kentucky, Kansas, Charlotte, all that good stuff. I think we're going to see a Kentucky winner win Las Vegas.
Oh,
This should be very interesting.
I think it's going to be a former Toyota team. Ben Rhodes wins at Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
He won at Kentucky in dominating fashion in 2018. I think he'll do the same this year. As for I have eliminated in the debate, I have Johnny Sauter and Tyler Ankrum.
Oh. The people, for me, my two drivers that are going to get eliminated. Wait, where are the points? Come on, phone. You got to cooperate, phone. Okay. Who? Yeah, for me, it's Sauter and Grimm also. Because I feel like Enfinger and Austin Hill will run really good. Crafton also, Friesen, and Chastain also. Moffitt is already locked in, so yeah. I think Sauter and Ankrum are eliminated from the round of 8.
That's tough, man. There like so many possibilities. If all the drivers, except for I think Ross Chastain, I don't even think he's safe either, have a mathematical chance to make or miss the playoffs without the need to win. Right now, Johnny Sauter is below by 2 points, and Tyler Ankrum far down by 14. None of which are that far, to be honest. The two drivers I have eliminated from the playoffs: Johnny Sauter, Tyler Ankrum.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, Joseph.
Let me explain why I have both. Tyler Ankrum is self-explanatory.
Rookie driver.
Johnny Sauter, he's just sucked ass this. He's been absolutely horrible this season. After his win at Dover and after his incident at Iowa, he's just been abyss. He's just been awful. Garbage. I think he's only had 1 or 2 top 10 since then.
Hey, maybe you should change the number. Maybe 13 is not a lucky number. They should switch it to 31.
13's not a lucky number in life.
That's his truck number. ThorSports should reconsider. Put 31 on the side. Maybe he'll have better luck for 2020.
All right, so we all have the same drivers getting eliminated in round 1. Let's move on to the supercars race. I'm not going to waste any time. We all got Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah, that's true.
Being on, not gonna. Let's be honest here. And like, if you don't, then you need your head exam.
Yeah.
AMSA Laguna Seca. All 4 classes are returning DPI LMP2.
Wait.
And obviously the 2 GD classes, GTLM and GTD. So usually when it comes to IMSA, I just focus on whichever class is going to win, like to win the overall race. You guys can make your picks too, but towards the championship, I just say which car is going to win the whole thing. So who do you guys got winning at Laguna Seca for the penultimate race of the season?
Now I have to go look at more research. I have to do research before.
I would have to go with that Mazda. Mazda has just been on fire this season.
They have been ever since Watkins Glen. They're just the unstoppable prototype team. On the flip side, the Penske drivers, especially knowing where they come from and their experience, the very rich experience at Laguna Seca will pay off. Number 6 Penske Acura will win DPI at Laguna Seca.
All right, well, Justin's doing his research. This is, I think, my first time not picking the Penske number 6 or 7. I got the Action Express Racing number 31 Cadillac taking the win.
Oh.
I think I might have to change my pick here. I may regret it later, but I'm gonna have to go with Penske.
Oh.
Penske car.
The number 6.
All right.
My pick.
Done with your research, Justin?
Yep. My pick. He started on the pole last year, but they lost power. This time they're gonna win the race. The number 10 Cadillac will win again for the second time this season since Daytona.
All right. And I think that's everything. We miss anything?
I'm trying to think.
We might have a guest, 2 guests coming next week.
Oh yeah, we might have 2 guests coming on next week. Stay tuned on the Twitter at WR Media Group for that. For more updates on that. But yeah, so
Let's talk about just the race at Auckland for a moment, because we know Scott McLaughlin he's got the upper end, but
that's an understatement.
Yeah.
But if you look at last year, he did win one of the races. The other race was won by Shane Van Gisbergen.
Hey, maybe
I'm with Scott this time.
maybe the only thing you don't want is if he runs over something, breaks half the car in half. That would be bad.
It's immortal.
Yeah.
Car on break.
Well, you've seen cars explode.
Except for that one time in Townsville. And Ipswich.
All right, I think that's everything. You guys got anything else you want to say?
Best beware. Vegas.
And everybody, tune into the races. Just tune into the races because they are on. Some people don't bother checking their TV listings and they don't care. So just check your TV listings for the races this weekend in Las Vegas. You have to check. So basically take your TV remote and check your guide to see what time the race is on and what channel.
Thank you.
And also Full Throttle is coming on this Friday. So Justin, are you gonna be able to be on for Friday?
Yeah.
All right. So the debate continues with Bowman getting knocked out of the first round of the playoffs.
And I have to study psychology because I got a test tomorrow morning.
I got a math test tomorrow morning, but I'm great at math, so I'm just gonna do like a 2-minute review.
Oh, good for you. I wish the same could be said about fucking psych.
All right, you guys know the deal. Shout out your social media, all that good stuff.
Okay, go follow my Twitter at YTNASCAR. Go follow my Instagram at JustinBear88. And go subscribe to my YouTube channel, NASCAR88.
Follow my Twitter at JLP Snipes.
Make sure you follow my Twitter at Danny. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, Danny Aguirre48.
All right, everybody, you guys know the drill. I mean, it says it like right there, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Follow me on Twitter, VelocityWRM. Follow me on Instagram, VelocityWRM. Check us out on Twitter at WR Media Group. Follow us on Instagram at World Racing Media. Follow us on Facebook at World Racing Media. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Below the Yellow Line podcast. And remember, folks, to stay on the damn.
Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.